Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Discussionverse. I'm here with another new video that dives into where the MCU is right now and more importantly where it's headed, as some would argue that for a while things were looking a bit shaky with the MCU as the excitement post Endgame gave way to an overwhelming content flood and a few misfires that left even hardcore fans wondering, has the MCU lost its spark? Before we get into the rest of the video, this is your friendly reminder to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and then turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. We're kicking things off with Thunderbolts, as it was arguably the biggest surprise of Marvel's upcoming slate. This film was often joked around as the MCU versions of the Suicide Squad, but I like to think that with all the positive reception that the film is receiving now, Thunderbolts has proven to be a very solid film and an emotionally rich story that's driven by the characters in the film. The film showcased deeper explorations of morally gray characters while also being full of heart, humor, and high stakes, and the tone was much more darker and introspective and closer to something like the Winter Soldier than another bloated crossover event. It's reminding fans that Marvel's best stories are often about people, not just about the powers. It's also important to note that the return to character-driven storytelling is echoed on the Disney Plus side too, most notably with Daredevil Born Again. After a production overhaul, the series is back on track, bringing in a more grounded tone and aligning itself with what fans loved about the original Netflix series. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are back, but this isn't just nostalgia bait. This is a full-on creative rebirth for the street-level corner of the MCU. And it's not just with Daredevil Born Again, as the whole Disney Plus strategy seems to be evolving. Instead of quantity, we're seeing Marvel go for quality. And while some projects did fall short, overall the MCU Phase 5 and Phase 6 have really been shaping up to be something special, and I'm glad that fans like myself have given it the right amount of time for it to digest essentially. Though I understand the growing sentiment that at this point Marvel should not be making these types of fumbles, especially with now being at the end of Phase 5 going into Phase 6. I'd like to think that with the recent wave of releases that this is promising to be fixed and likely not to happen as often as it did recently, so there's good news in that. From here, we have arguably the biggest wildcard and most anticipated reboot in the MCU's pipeline, which is Fantastic Four First Steps. With First Steps coming out around the corner in July, fans are finally getting their first real taste of what this take on Marvel's first family will look like, and from what we've seen and heard so far, it's quite ambitious with its retro-futuristic style and the sense of wonder and weirdness, plus the heavy emphasis on family dynamics and cosmic threats. This isn't just another origin story, it's a total reinvention, and more importantly, Fantastic Four is being positioned as a foundational piece for the next phase of the MCU. And if Fantastic Four First Steps sticks the landing, it could really define the next era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and personally I really think that Fantastic Four First Steps is gonna stick that landing. I have no doubt in my mind that they've really understood how important this is for the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, and I really think that they are gonna nail this landing and deliver on the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. And right on the heels of the Fantastic Four First Steps movie is going to be Avengers Doomsday, which now feels like a turning point rather than just another big crossover. With the recent cast announcement drawing a huge reaction and of course all the set pieces that we've been able to see thus far, Avengers Doomsday promises more than just cameos and chaos. It's looking to re-establish the emotional stakes that made Infinity War and Endgame resonate with all the fans across the world. What stands out is the shift away from simply growing the multiverse towards building a stronger core. New leaders are emerging, old favorites are returning in new roles in big ways, and the scale itself feels both epic and earned. The Avengers brand is getting a much needed identity reboot, and Doomsday looks like the perfect moment for that. And then we gotta talk about the new Spider-Man movie announcement with Spider-Man Brand New Day, and specifically what's next for Peter Parker. The current rumblings of Spider-Man Brand New Day is that this is going to feel like a full fresh start for Peter Parker. This isn't a full reboot necessarily, but more of a reset, as it's a chance for Peter to step into a new phase of his life within the MCU. As we know from the aftermath of No Way Home, he's no longer part of that shared knowledge of the MCU's heroes. Rumors are also suggesting that this movie will pick up shortly after the events of Avengers Doomsday, but before the chaos of Secret Wars. It'll be a transition period for Peter where he's rebuilding his life from the ground up and dealing with the emotional consequences of the last few films and taking on a more street level approach once again. This means more of that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man vibe that fans originally fell in love with, and after the multiverse angle that was seen in No Way Home, this is exactly what fans have been hoping for, with a back to basics approach with street level stories, emotional stakes, and Peter navigating his life while being Peter Parker and also being Spider-Man. If Marvel can nail the tone here with Spider-Man Brand New Day, this would actually solidify Spider-Man as being the emotional anchor within the Marvel Cinematic Universe and his overall importance for the phases going forward. It's easy to see how the pieces are definitely falling back into place for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as they have began to take the criticism very seriously, especially with dialing back the release schedules, tightening the creative focus on projects, and putting characters before cameos. With Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four First Steps, Avengers Doomsday, plus the recently announced Spider-Man Brand New Day project and Daredevil Born Again on Disney+, these should all be taken as signs of the Marvel Cinematic Universe now showing real promise, and the clear message being formed in that this isn't just a comeback, it's a new beginning. With that in mind, that does wrap up this video for you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to smash that like button and leave your comments down below of which project you are most hyped for. For any new viewers that have just tuned in, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.